I am Dana K. White. I'm the author of Decluttering at the Speed of Life. I'm the creator of the No Mess Decluttering Process. And I am doing a 1 hour better session today that I did virtually with a member of my Patreon group. So if you're interested in finding out what it means to be a member of my Patreon group, check out the description below. But let me tell you about this hour and what we were able to get done. It was really exciting to see what we could get done in the midst of these unique circumstances. So the unique circumstances here are that the person I was working with is a former teacher. So she has a lot of stuff to deal with that she's not for sure she's going to use again. So we work through that. But the number one challenge that she was facing is that she had recently been through a very significant health crisis, and her energy is completely unpredictable. So we decluttered with the No Mess method, which allows you to make progress even if you don't know when you're going to have to stop because exhaustion takes over. Okay. Before we get started, I just want to remind you, I have coaches now. Declutteringcoaches.com is my website. All of the coaches there are trained and certified by me. So if you want to find out more about getting a coach who can work through a 1 hour better or more with you like this or in your home, or if you want to learn more about being a coach, go to declutteringcoaches.com. Okay, so here is my session. I think you're going to love it. Okay, you are here and we are going to start our timer. You've got your trash bag and your donate box, right?
I do. And recycling.
So perfect. And as soon as we start the timer, which is now, go ahead and start throwing away trash, and we'll talk while you're doing that. Okay. Anything that's obvious, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to analyze it, just super obvious trash. So
all right.
You are a former teacher, correct?
Kind of. I am a teacher on medical. Oh, I've been on medical leave for a while.
Okay. So you're on medical leave, which means you've got stuff from it. You're going back at some point. But it needs to be gone through, right?
Potentially, but I still, right now, it is taking up a whole lot of space in my, not a whole lot of space in my small container. And I just really need room to, like, the table right now that I'm sitting at. I can't really get around it very well. So yeah.
Okay, then let's look for obvious stuff. Let's make our goal today. The function is that you need this to take up less space in your home.
Yes.
And
that is exactly.
So our goal is to be ruthless and get rid of as much as we can. So look for trash. Just look for trash for a minute while we're sitting here, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
Super obvious.
That is nerve-wracking. Oh, I found something. A piece from my placemat that my dog or cat. Because unfortunately, I'm nervous because I don't feel like trash is going to be super obvious as far as, like, the decision-free trash.
Don't worry about what it's gonna be. Don't worry about what it's gonna feel like. Just look for it. Just be like, is there anything here that is obvious? Without pulling things out, okay? Which I see you're pulling things out.
Okay.
So kind of lift up a little bit. Nope, don't see any there. If we need to move to the next step, we can.
Okay. Well, I can. I'll
just look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just looking, but
no sorting right now. Just looking for
sorting. Oh no, I was just.
Okay.
These are obvious.
Those are obvious trash. Perfect.
Yay. Those are obvious trash. These are something that I would use in the classroom, but I'm not in the classroom now.
Okay.
And they're just paint chips.
And they're easily replaceable.
Exactly. And free. I'm gonna go ahead because I did hear you say Ruthless. And these are some things from my rock unit, if anybody needs about the different types of rocks. But I've had a really hard time with throwing away. So I have students who are kindergarten through 5th grade throughout the day. And so I have a year's worth of unit for not one grade level, but 6 grade levels.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Are these things in files on your computer to be printed?
Mhm.
Okay.
They, yes.
So when the need arises again, you can just print them out. Okay, then I think it might be, let's be ruthless about recycling things since you have recycling available. Let's be ruthless about recycling things that could just be printed again. Okay, so make that your obvious trash. Okay.
So things that can be printed again are obvious trash.
Mhm.
Woo, okay. That, okay. I'm sorry, that just like, what about things that were laminated and really, are they, you're nodding?
I mean, the reality is you don't know when you're going back.
That is.
But you do know that you're living in this space right now, and it's hard to live in this space because of all this stuff. These
Correct.
can be replaced because if you go back to the classroom, you can reprint it and they're going to have a file, right? Like they're going to have a laminator for you to use.
Right.
It's hard. I get it.
It is hard, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad that you have also been a teacher, so that you really, so you really know the hard. And this is hard because it's because these are tiny, so that meant that not only did I live,
okay. Let me.
Are these a decision now? Are these starting?
They're a decision, so let's don't do that right now.
Okay.
Because those are too hard. Okay. I want you to go. We just said anything that can easily be printed again is going to be trash recycling. So start pulling those things out, and when you hit something that makes you go, but what about, skip that. Okay, so just get a bunch of trash out of there.
No brain exploding.
No brain use at this point.
No brain using.
Yeah, we've made the decision that we've already made a decision. We're going to act on it. That hi, kitty cat.
Right, the thing that is somehow finds its way into every container.
Yes.
Her way. Can you not move? Okay, so here's a question then. If it's a decision, should I just leave it in the? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying is you're moving things outside of the box, and I would rather you leave them in the box and pull out the trash. Does that make sense?
I got you.
So that we're not creating any bigger messes. Because another thing too that I want to talk about as you're doing this is that you had emailed ahead of time and said you've had COVID 3 times in the last 5 months.
I have had COVID in the last 5 and 2 times since February. And
so you're not sure how long your energy is going to last. And so, right. So what we're doing here is we're doing this in a way where when it hits you and you're done, you can stop.
Okay.
But if you've moved stuff to the side, then you can't stop and only be better. The only way to be able to know for sure that you can stop at any time, which is often the thing that lets us get started when we know that we're in this exhaustion phase and you're dealing with this, is that you've not created a bigger mess. And so that's why it's so important to keep everything in there and only pull things out.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes complete sense. Okay, so there are far fewer things in this container.
Let's go into the next container and let's look for trash on all of these containers that are here on your table. Because my goal in this hour, and we'll get as far as we can on that goal, both with time and your energy levels. My goal is to get it down to 1 container that can easily be placed somewhere else, and then you have your table free. Okay.
I'm glad you had a container goal because I was thinking I can't commit to a container goal today.
Okay.
So good.
That's just the goal. We're not committing yet. So take another of those containers and let's look for trash.
I might have to get another
recycling bag. Yeah. Where would you look first for a binder with paper in it?
Binders are one of my problems.
Instead of thinking through all of that, just say, where do I look first for it? And then we're going to decide, does it deserve space in that spot or not?
I have a few of these crates in my bedroom, and one of them has binders and this one is my favorite color.
Go take it there now, and then take out something that you like less than that you're willing to donate.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to point something out real quickly. You took it there now. It took about 17 seconds.
Was that?
That's great. I'm just saying, I always want to point that out because sometimes it feels like taking it there now is going to take up so much time, and it doesn't. Okay. Did that wear you out to take it there now?
Did it what? Did
it wear you out? A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Then let's take that. Go ahead. Let's take that into account. And let's say our goal is just to deal with what's here on this table. And we're not anything that's a take it there now, we're going to skip it for now. Okay.
That'll be amazing.
And you'll make progress because we want to take your issue. So we're not going to set it aside. We're just going to skip it because we want to make progress in this hour. Okay. Move to the next box.
Okay.
Let's get rid of trash. Move that one and pull the other one closer to you. Yeah.
These binders also have things that would be considered trash. So since I'll do these and then
Sure.
You gave me that momentum when you gave me a definition of trash.
That helps so much to make that decision. This is how we're going to define this. And then we move from there.
Because it'll hurt my heart if I look at them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a piece of identity, and especially not knowing when you're going back to it, it makes it hard. So that's why we're not going to say, there are some people who would say, you don't need that. And I'm like, no, that's too hard. So let's just go through it, say, what can we get rid of and reduce this significantly so that it's not taking up the space you need for the life that you are living for sure right now. Well, and look at what all you're able to do.
Yeah.
Out moving around. I think sometimes that idea of, you checked in and I know you were going to go ahead and see if you could do it, but it's like sometimes that idea of, but I'm so easily exhausted makes it feel like you can't do anything, but there are so many things you can do without moving around.
Yeah. One thing that's a little bit hard is just like my inclination would be to be standing up right now. And but obviously that's going to be a short-lived or intermittent. So I guess I don't need all these manila ones, whatever that is called. But yeah.
With those manila folders, the ones that are in good shape, you could stick them in a donate box if you wanted to.
Right. Yeah. True. So I'll just keep this folder but it's a lot skinnier.
Yes. Yay.
And like I said, I never would have done this much in this much time.
We've been going less than 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This one isn't terrible. Okay. So next container, right?
Next thing. Yep.
Or next thing. Okay. So this is just an empty binder with dividers. This is a training for when we, teachers in my subject area, when we learned this new format of teaching for teaching our subject. I definitely don't want to chuck this whole, everything in this binder.
Well, and having been in education, I know that sometimes you get those big trainings and then a couple years later, they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. We do this whole new thing. So
yeah.
And if you go back into teaching, they're probably going to give you the new training stuff too. So it is something that, if it's necessary, they're probably going to replace it for you anyway. Look for obvious trash and pull that out, and then we'll move on. Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay. That tub that we did the first time that you're kind of putting some important things in, right? Is that, can we make that tub our goal tub, or do you think it needs to be one of these bigger ones?
Probably one of the bigger ones.
Okay, then let's clean out one of the bigger ones so that we can start putting anything that you're like, yes, this has to be kept in that, and using that to help make decisions with the container. Remember, don't set it aside. It needs to go. Yeah.
Oh, do what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to put this on the chair so that I can see into it.
Try to put it straight into trash or donate instead of, yeah, so we're not taking things out that could end up out when the timer goes off.
So this, which came out of the container, I can take it down now to this, because these are training.
Perfect.
Student work.
Student work is not something that you can replace, right?
Right.
But there was an empty notebook that you had. Can you use that to put student work in that's worthy of keeping?
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe some of the million sheet protectors over the years I could put in here. So for now, I can just put it in. I
mean, we don't want to do for now, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
We want to avoid for now as much as possible.
I'm getting a lot of empty binder. Should I put this in the binder where I was saying that I had empty notebook, or just stick it with that? Remember the one I said, this is just notebook paper now?
The one that you took there now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one that I already took.
Can you put it in that binder that you have right there, just so that it has a real home and it's not going to be loose and it's not going to be, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of those feelings that you're having, it's not a good memory when you're irritated by all these boxes, right? It's not producing. You want to feel good feelings. You don't want to feel negative feelings. And a bunch of boxes that make it hard to live in your house and not able to eat at your table causes negative feelings.
It'll be visually not crazy and cluttered. And that is what we want. With the clutter threshold, I knew that I've been getting closer in the months that I've been, following you and in the group and everything. But like, this right here, this is big. And then the and the other kindred spirits too. Like, I put something the other day, like, somebody please let me get rid of some of these storage containers that are empty. And they were like, you do it, get rid of them. And I was like, okay.
But they said it nicely. Yeah.
yeah, it's good. I need, and that's something that I really need, is like people to give me permission. Yeah. Like you gave me, and like they've given me other times about stuff. Okay, and so here's some nice notebooks.
We've got 8 minutes left, so we're gonna.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But we've gotten a lot done though.
We've gotten a lot done, and I've got a couple things I want to do in those last 5 minutes. So if you can get through this stuff pretty quickly.
So there's this.
Are those donations?
Recycling.
Oh, recycling. Wow. Okay. Yeah, just a second.
And these are gonna stay because they're decent, and they're my pretty folders that I replace the manila ones.
Okay, so now put that tub back on the table if you're able.
Yeah, and since it's only a few more minutes, I think I can stand and stuff for this.
And then let's take the other items that are loose on the table and put them in there if they deserve space in there. Okay, and then let's get that notebook that had the loose notebook paper. I want you to put that within the 3-ring binder. So like do the paper and get them into the binder.
Okay.
Are we going to donate that, or are you going to, does that deserve space in that container?
I'm going to say that I'm going to take a chunk to donate. Okay.
So you put that in that binder, in that thing, because that deserves space.
Yes.
Okay, what about that tub that we started with? It has a few things in it. Can we get through there and decide what in that tub actually deserves? Because our goal is to get rid of that tub in the next 3 minutes. So if anything deserves to stay, stick it in that blue tub.
Okay.
Here's the thing, is you're putting it in that container. As you continue to go and you find things that deserve space in there, you're going to one in, one out things. Because our goal is to get So like when we're done here, if you have the energy to keep going, your goal would be to clear out that pink one and only keep the blue one. And the pink one and that clear tub are just going to leave the house completely and be donated. Okay. So that we're reducing to a manageable single container, if that makes sense.
It does. It does. And I might ultimately, because like I said, I have a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I might end up, compared to the amount of containers that are around right now, like I would be okay if I still have like a couple of these, but just not, but I really do have a huge, right now it's a ridiculous amount. Here's some little cute flashcards, but I'm not going to be teaching or matching game, but I'm not going to be teaching or anything tutoring.
And if it's a complete game, you could put it in the donate.
Well,
I used to find something like that at one of my kids.
This is good point. Yeah, you're right. So this is empty.
Yay!
And this is actually a drawer from some storage thing that I had thrown. So this can probably get rid of. And
it can be a donate box.
Yeah.
Okay, that can be a donate. How do you feel? Have a seat so you can. How do you feel about what we got done in an hour?
I feel really good about it. And I absolutely would not have made, like I said earlier, I would not have defined trash, or it would have taken me a long time to define trash as stuff that's on my computer and I can print out again.
Yeah.
And more than likely, I would have sat and carefully saved out one to make copies from. And that would have taken a lot more time and energy. I do love the speed and the heartlessness that ruthlessness that we use. There was heart, but it was not as hard as I thought it was. And I feel good.
Yeah. Good.
I'm very happy, and hopefully I can get back my I've had the momentum ever since I've started, listening to you and joining the group. And I'm pretty sure I have three books now. And I know I've listened to at least a couple of them twice. And like the Decluttering at the Speed of Life, the first one, like, because I do it on Audible, and I got like to 1 hour left, and then I was like, oh my gosh, the book's almost over. I have to stop because then it's going to be over, and it's going to be over. So
yeah. Well, I appreciate you being willing for us to put this on YouTube. I think it's going to help people to just see, okay, it's not always this big, like the whole room, but it's like you had to get this stuff done, and we got it done in an hour, and you get to step away and you can go take a nap. Like body needs that right now.
Yeah.
And you were able to do this much work, except for one time when we got up and left, and then we decided we're just going to do whatever we can do without doing that. And you still
yeah,
because there's so many people who are either in the same situation or lifelong are always in this situation that you're now hopefully temporarily of not knowing when your energy is going to be gone. And so if you declutter no mess method, it lets you make progress knowing you can step away and stop at any moment, which often is the thing that you need to know to be able to get started. So that's huge. Before we finish, tell me what you love about being a member of our Patreon, our Kindred Spirits group.
To be able to share it, and everybody's like, oh yeah, nobody's like, oh my gosh, your house is like that. And also, like I said, to have people to do the permission, and of course to get to do stuff like this and then the Zooms. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. I'm not sure when it'll go on YouTube, but hopefully it'll be soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't that exciting to see what all progress we were able to make in an hour? It was more than we thought it was going to be. I think it's really important to realize how much progress you can make even with limitations. even with saying, I am just going to do what I can do without moving from this spot. Okay. I thought that was a great example of how the process works. And if you are interested in becoming a coach and helping people through my process, or if you want to see if there's a coach in your area who can either come to your home or find a coach who can work with you virtually, you can go to declutteringcoaches.com, because those are my coaches who are trained and certified by me. Also, if you want to know more about being a kindred spirit, which she talked about how much she loves that, and that's also, how she got to do this. You can go to patreon.com/aslobcomesclean. All right. I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.